Jonathan Taylor, there he goes again. 50, 40, down the far sideline. He might do it again. 10, 5, touchdown. I-N-D-Y.
The Eastern Conference Championship has been captured by the Indiana Pacers.
Alex Pillow wins the 109th Indianapolis 500.
This is the Fan Morning Show with KB, JB, and Jeff.
72-67. Braden Smith down the court. Drives it left. Pulls up. Fakes. Throws up a three. Short. Rebound. Fletcher Lawyer. Ball game. And Indiana has pulled it off. The Hoosiers knock off the 12th-ranked team of the country, the Purdue Boilermakers, their arch rival, and they'll walk out of here tonight with the biggest win of the season, 72-67.
There you go. All things Indiana. They're sitting on top of the world in college football, now college basketball. They've got a little bit going on. James Boyd is under the weather this morning. He is out, and hopefully he doesn't have that nasty stuff that's been going around that's gone through my family twice, and I know has affected a lot of people. Kevin Bowen, you're fresh off a return trip. You and Greg Rakestraw went up straight 31 last night, straight back, double overtime game, Notre Dame, Virginia. We'll talk about that in a minute. Got a lot going on there. But how about Darren DeVries, his first signature win as the head coach at Indiana? And you knew Purdue was going to make a run, and they made that run in the second half, and it started getting tight. But with the game on the line in the last minute and a half, Indiana made just enough plays. They made more plays, and they got a win down at Assembly Hall last night.
Yeah, got a little clinchy for sure. And Joe Dirt, don't leave Joe Dirt open, right? Is that what we learned from last night's? Of all players, it was him, the guy that played 40 minutes, the guy that guarded Braden Smith, the guy that probably Purdue was content with, all right, if anyone's going to shoot it on the floor, it'll be him. And that might have been one of those no, yes. That was still pretty early in the shot clock, but that was the dagger right there. And, Indiana overcame, missing a bunch of front ends of the 1-and-1. I think, honestly, Indiana needed the win, point blank, period. It took the seventh try to get that first quad one win. But also, I think you walk away from that thinking to yourself, okay, have you found something with Nick Dorn in the starting lineup? And then secondly, you upset Purdue without the flamethrower night from three. They obviously shot it fine, but they're capable of more from behind the arc there. So, yeah, beyond needed for the team in Bloomington. And right now, some reeling moments for Matt Painter's bunch here to close out January.
Yeah, Indiana's shooting in the first half was terrific. I think they were at halftime. They were dead on at 50%, and they had been hitting shots, and then they kind of went cold a little bit in that second half. You talk about getting clinchy. That 14-point lead became a 3-point lead with about 2 minutes to go, and then finally some free throws started coming in, and at the very end, Connor Enright got a bunch of free throws. He had been fairly absent offensively, but I think he scored 5 of his 8 points in the last minute or so. But they hold on at Assembly Hall. Indiana wins it 72-67, and more importantly than just Indiana over Purdue, which is always good for Hoosiers. And, Purdue is such a great basketball program right now. That's the key. You get that big quad one win that had not yet been on the team resume, Kevin. That's the big thing for them.
Yeah, I was looking at it yesterday. I think of the top 50 teams in college basketball, I believe it was just them and St. Mary's without a quad one win. And, of course, St. Mary's plays in a conference where those opportunities are not readily available to them. So, yeah, again, just a must from the resume standpoint there. And, again, putting Nick Dorn in that starting lineup, I think it injects a little bit more into things. And with Tate and Conaway dealing with that ankle issue, they needed Connor Enright to play more minutes, all of it there. So, boy, two very, very different fan bases having to try to fight find the cool side of the pillow last night. I don't know. Do you want the cool side of the pillow with how cold it is outside?
Not right now. You want the warm side of the pillow right now.
Boys, the car wouldn't start this morning.
That at all?
The car did not start.
How did you get it going?
I took Maddie's car.
Okay. Does she know this yet?
I just informed her via text. Any tricks?
Have you heard back?
Is it battery related, you think? Or like getting any juice out of that thing?
Does it make a noise?
7 degrees outside.
Does it make any noise at all when you turn the key, or does it just go click?
Yeah, it makes a little noise there. Yeah, so I don't think it's a dead battery by any means. But, this is probably, correct me if I'm wrong, it's probably the coldest morning we've had in years, right? It literally says -7.
Yeah, it's been really cold.
Pretty much the 2-hour delays, I'll speak to the morning commute in. It's a there's no need for a 2-hour delay outside of the temperature.
Yeah, my kids have a 2-hour delay today.
Roads are fine. So yeah, FYI for those out there, if you park your car outdoors, good luck.
I jumped my neighbor's car this morning. That's why I was getting in right around when Kevin did, because his car wasn't going. I had jumper cables in my car. I was like, you need to jump? He's like, yes, please. Did that.
Look at that
Did my
good
deed of the
Samaritan
day.
work.
Dig it.
And took Ashley's car anyway. So.
Bears might win every one possession game next year.
That's right. You're good. It's part of the reason. There were several reasons. Part of the reason I missed yesterday. And by the way, my guy, Nick, from the garage door place, heard you guys busting on me in the morning yesterday. And he just wanted me to tell you that when he got there and he figured out what the problem was and got everything under control, and it wasn't even that big a deal, but he fixed it, and it's something I didn't see. So he got that taken care of. But he goes, I'm really glad you called me. You did the right thing, because he's showing up to places all over right now where the garage door is busted and people have frozen pipes. And we have a bathroom that is right above the left hand, or I guess the left hand side of the garage. And all of a sudden, in the afternoon on Monday, nothing was coming out of those pipes, man. Nothing was coming out of the faucet. Nothing was coming out of the bathtub faucet. I thought, we're in trouble now. So we got a couple of electric space heaters. We put them in the garage underneath there. We did get a trickle back by Tuesday morning, and now it's working again. But the garage door is fixed now, finally. And so that's good. My wife was still gone out of town. Kids were home yesterday. We had appointments to get to. So just a lot going on. But I just want to let you know, Nick said I made the right call.
So look at that. Well, you enter and James Boyd exits. That's what
I
we're
think
looking at
James
here.
was the doubter of the three of us. He wasn't sure if the excuse was standing on the
We
garage door.
It was the non-homeowner that was the doubter.
We'll go behind the scenes too. Our company gave us all like 3 extra OTA days, right? And you got to use them in a certain period of time. So that was one of the factors too. Although, as it happens, Mark, and you know this, do I ever end up getting like a real OTA day, or do I end up answering salespeople's questions and answering all kinds of programming questions and stuff like that throughout the day? How does that work?
I believe your phone log would tell you the latter.
But it was okay. I got to hang out with my kids a little bit in the afternoon yesterday, and that was important. But, man, it is, to the original point, Kevin, it is no joke out there right now. I'm glad you got in here today. And I thought maybe when I saw you that you and Greg Rakestraw coming back from the Notre Dame game, straight up 31, I thought maybe you'd gotten here like 15 minutes ago from the game, because it didn't look like that game was ever going to end last night.
No, it did not. And, yesterday was Christmas for me. And then the end is all of a sudden Santa realizing that forgot to show up to your house.
Grinch showed up.
That's how I would describe the end to yesterday. So,
how big was that lead in the second half?
One of my favorite days of the year. Thank you to Greg Rakestraw for just incredible fellowship, incredible execution behind the wheel. 1:03 a.m., I believe, was the last I saw. So, yeah, I think Indiana fans beat us home, and their game started 2 hours earlier than Notre Dame.
So, were you watching on a phone or listening to Don last night?
Yeah, we did both. Yeah, we had Peacock dialed up. I believe Don Fisher was 4 plays ahead of the Peacock stream in the car, so that was